What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Nokia Lumia 521. This is overall a decent, but not amazing phone. I'm going to be going over the design, the specs, and lastly, one of the most important parts, the price. This phone overall has a pretty decent design. It's not extremely stylish, but it looks fairly nice. It has a black front and a white casing. First of all, let's go over some of the buttons. So first you have the back button, the home button, and the search button. You also have a volume rockers right here, and a power button, and a camera button. This is the kind that you find on older digital cameras where you can press down once to focus and the second time to take the picture. You also have your speaker up here for phone calls, another speaker down here, it sounds pretty bad, and then you have your camera, which is 5 megapixels, your headphones jack, and lastly your charging port. Now this screen is a 4-inch screen, it's an IPS LCD. It's not an amazing screen, but it'll do for your needs from day-to-day use if you're just looking for a cheap, economical phone. So we're going to take off the back of this because it actually does come off and it reveals the battery compartment along with a few other SIM and micro SD and all that different stuff. It's the battery right here, reveals the camera outer stuff and just all the stuff you'd ever need to replace. Alright, secondly, I'm going to be going over the specs of this phone. So, as I already said, this has a 5 megapixel camera. It's fairly decent, but not anything that you're going to be amazed by, like the iPhone 6s. It also has a 1 gigahertz dual core processor, and it has a 1430 milliamp battery. This also runs Windows 8.1, which means it has Cortana. So, let's cut this down a little bit more. So the 1 gigahertz dual processor sounds like a terrible processor you'd never want to have on a phone, but it actually runs fairly well on this Windows phone. It runs nicely, doesn't usually freeze. Another nice thing is the battery is really amazing for this phone. It easily lasts a whole day of heavy use. And Windows 8.1, as I mentioned, gives you Cortana, which is a fairly decent voice assistant. May not match up to Siri or Google Now, but it is nice, and it works very well. Lastly, I'm going to be going over the price of this phone. This phone is like $50 on Amazon, brand new. And you could probably pick it up on eBay for around 30 bucks used. So it's a very, very good priced phone. And for what you get, I would say it's worth $50. And that's not even on contract. So I'm going to close out with the fact that this is a cheap phone, but it's good for anyone looking for a very inexpensive phone. Not to mention, this is a GSM phone, so for you CDMA, Verizon Sprint users, it's not going to work for you guys, sorry. But anyone else in the GSM world, it's going to work great, and it is a nice, cheap phone. If you're looking for something nicer and more expensive, that you want to do all your internet surfing and all that different stuff on and have high-speed internet all the time, I would suggest getting an iPhone 6 or a Moto X or a Samsung or something like that. But for people that just want a phone, this is a great phone. This was Joshua with the Nokia Lumia 521.